What's up everybody, KingGBL here, and welcome back to some Go Battle League. Today I've got a very fun team for you in the Sunshine Cup. This team is Superior Lead, which I think is kind of slept on at the minute, does really well into Flygon, of course beats the Mud Boys, and generally is amazing in neutral matchups against things like Diggersby, even against Abomasnow, which is somewhat of a negative matchup. You do have super effective aerial aces, you can easily take a move, and it's not too horrible of a matchup. And we have Flygon, which in my opinion is probably the best safe swap in this cup. Shout out to Chillis FM, he showcased a video talking about that. I fully agree, Flygon's an amazing safe swap. It can take swap against anything that's not a fairy or Abomasnow basically. And finally guys, the featured Pokemon in today's video is Hyper Beam Diggersby. As we're gearing up to launch our first Hyper Beam, does massive damage to the Quag. The opponent of course lets the move go, knowing that we have a Serp in the lead. We come in with the Serp, the opponent comes into Talonflame. This is supposed to be a good matchup for Flygon. We are behind in energy and we go for the risky CMP. I probably should have went for the extra Dragon Tail. However, I just wanted to make sure if the opponent wants to get shields off me, that I get shields off them first. Now unfortunately, the opponent's going to IPS me to this next move. It is 3 Incinerates and then 2. We do get them quite low here. The Talonflame is going to be 2 Incinerates off the next move. So basically what I need to do is do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Go for the Aerial Ace. Will not take the second Incinerate, and that does knock them out. The opponent can go for a Stone Edge. However, at this range we can easily farm it down. That's going to be good games for the first one. So you know, even though we did have a very positive lead, the opponent made a good fight out of it, and we're going to hop on into the next one. Flygon lead, this is great lead. Oftentimes I find that Flygon shields here. Sometimes they let it go, some people are just crazy, right? They'll just say, okay, you're beating me. You can take the move with Serp here, 1 in Fro. You can either go for 1 in Ace or 1 in Frenzy. I believe that you can just straight up make 2 Frenzy Fillants, and the opponent does call it the absolute mad lad, and he's going to commit to the farm down. I think this is one of the only opponents who called it, so big shout out to this opponent. We come into Diggersby, start quick attacking, and the opponent meets us with a Talonflame, and ladies and gents, this is where Hyper Beam is going to go absolutely crazy. We're going to no shield here, it's like, oh no, Diggersby, it's going to get absolutely walled by Talonflame. Ladies and gents, not today, not today. We're going to Hyper Beam the Talonflame, get the off my screen. Opponent comes into Lopunny, a very interesting pick in this cup, has access to Double Kick and Triple Axle, which I think is quite a cool move in this cup. Lopunny, definitely a very cool pick. I go for the catch on the Serp. The opponent overfarmed so much that it was basically impossible for them to overfarm more without going over 100 energy. Now, I could still come into Diggersby here, but we do come into Flygon. We're going to try and commit to a 1 shield farm down. The opponent might still make a move, so we'll have to see, can we make this farm down? The double kicks are not really doing too much, but yeah, we do farm it down completely. The opponent comes into their own Flygon, we farm it down. Let Flygons be bygones. We get a Magcargo in the next battle, or Magcargo, whatever you want to call it. Magcargo, they stay in here. Dude, I'm on 1 today, bro. I'm on 1. Magcargo, he shields it. Magcargo shields the move. They're going to go for a Rock Tomb or Overheat. They go for Rock Tomb to debuff me before swapping out. In comes Chestnut. We are debuffed, so this match is a little bit worse than usual. It is a good matchup for Flygon and a good matchup for Serp. We can one-shot them. They can't really one-shot us with Superpower. And if you shield the first one, the second one will do less damage, obviously. So a very good matchup for Superior. I come in here. I think, do I decide to no-shield this first move? I'm not too sure what I decide here. I do shield the first one. It is a Superpower. And the opponent goes for the second one. As you see here, the second one doesn't really do that much. They probably come back into their Flygon here. Actually, they just let us farm them the whole way down. They come into, what was that? Is that Double Grass? What did they come into? They come into their own Serp, or just loaded at this point. Of course, having, so Fire Punch is obviously a very useful move, right? It's good into things like this, but in general, I just find Hyper Beam way more useful in this meta. I think in Open Great League, you do want Fire Punch. There are a lot of matchups where it's very useful, opponents live on 1 HP and so on. Yeah, they come into the Magcargo here, the Magcargo. We overfarm. I'm happy enough to let this move go. They can overheat me if they want. They still cannot farm me down. That does not do anywhere near enough damage. We 2 and Fro here for good timing. 2 turns into 5 turn moves. 2 and Fro. The opponent lets it go, and we just farm it the whole way down. Hopping into the next battle here, we have Serp versus Flygon once again. It is non-Shadow Flygon, so this is a lot more comfortable. I think I just go for double Frenzy Plant in this certain matchup here. Oh no, I go for Ace again. Again, like I said, most people are not crazy and they do shield this move, because a Frenzy basically does 1 shot. I'm perfectly fine to let this go. I wonder if you bait again, can you make the third move? Because I think we just get farmed down at this point. But we'll get 2 shields off the opponent if they want to stay in here, and that's definitely good enough. The opponent lets it go, and then they come into Talonflame. If you ever get this situation, just swap into your Flygon, go for your Dragon Claw right away. It takes 15 turns for the opponent to get to their move, 12 turns to get to yours. If you swap out fast enough, you can IPS by 1 turn, or in this case, get a CMP time. Opponent comes into Licky Licky. I'm pretty fine with this. I think this is just a Body Slam. I don't think they even build up to the move. Big Body Slam coming in. We're happy enough to let that go. I should have thrown my move there. That was a slight mistake. I think from here I just realized, okay, we can just let this go. Come into Diggersby, get an absolute ton of energy, and we should be basically fine. We have a shield to hide behind. They did not build up the solar beam, they're just trying to burn their switch clock or something. So like we're in just such a good position here. I think the opponent probably tries to just take the energy and licky first. I'm going to forward and throw for good timing. Just make sure the opponent does not catch in Talonflame. You just need to make sure they don't go for the catch. And here it is, folks. Diggersby versus Talonflame. A very negative matchup for Diggersby. Or so the opponent thinks. We hyper beam them. Goodbye. Getting off topic a little bit here. I don't know if you guys are like me, man, but basically on YouTube, like, I go through phases of watching stuff. I'm currently going through a phase of watching, I think it's called the Shark Tank. It's basically where like small businesses come in and try to get support from these billionaires, right? Before that, I was watching a thing called The Weakest Link. The one before that was probably Pawn Stars. I don't know about you guys, man, but like I sometimes, I've went through like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire phases. I don't know if you guys get that as well, but I'm currently going through a phase of that. But yeah, big shout out to Anne Robinson if you guys watched that when you were younger. You are The Weakest Link. Goodbye. The opponent here, he, I don't know. He swaps into Quagsire, we go for another Scorching Sands. I'm happy to keep alignment here, basically. We can come in with Serp. The opponent swapped out really late. I never recommend swapping out that late. If you're going to stay in, you probably have to stay in just completely. I feel like in this meta, with the Switch Clock, then they come in Talonflame, right? So like this is the problem with what the opponent done. They locked themselves in so long that I can just basically farm this the whole way down with Flygon. They are in Flame Charge, which I think is a little bit underrated. Once again, I know the opponent wants to get my second shield, so I'm going to get the shield off them first, and then commit to the farm down. I could have went for CMP Tither, which arguably is the correct play, but I decided like I can farm it down on one more Dragon Tail, not even take another Incinerate, one and throw in the Quag. If the opponent does make a move, they have to throw it right away. And we have the Serp, or sorry, yeah, we have the Serp here with energy, so this is GG. So we go for the complete undercharge here, bang, and we commit to the farm down, because of course, I am a terrible person, I troll people a little bit too much in this game, and we get a jump off lead, very interesting, definitely a core breaker for the whole team. The good thing about Serp is, we can take an Acrobatics, an Aerial Ace, whatever they want to throw, we can take two Aces easily, the CMP and the Ace, so I'm like, right, whatever, this is perfectly fine, right? We can take the second one. We can get this quite low into like Quick Attack or Dragon Tail down range. I think Dragon Tail down range would be a little bit more ideal. The opponent comes for a catch into their own Flygon. We go for the Frenzy Plant, not falling for the catch. Boom, that does heavy damage. Two of these will knock it out, and we're up to Dragon Tails on the Jump Bluff. They probably come back into Jump Bluff because it is very, very good against this. We go for free and throw for good timing here, committing to good timing, trying to get as much damage as possible. And I think from here, I probably could consider letting this go. However, they are still a little bit too healthy to Quick Attack down. They do go for an Ace here, and they come into Quaggy, so I'm very happy I didn't let this go. This Dragon Claw, gonna do an absolute ton of damage. And you guys are gonna see the disadvantage of having Hyper Beam. Think about what the opponent's got left, right? They've got a Jump Bluff left. I come in with Diggersby, commit to the big farm down. I even go for a catch on the Serp. Love to see it. Fantastic gameplay here. Playing to my optimal win cons here. We're committing to the farm down. I'm like, please opponent, just top left. I probably do make it to two Hyper Beams, but I go for the Scorching Sands here. The opponent's like, well, the opponent's got two moves, so I might as well just let it go, right? That's... Now they Energy Ball me. Now this is getting close. Now this is getting close, chat. This is so bad. The opponent can just no-shield this next move as well. Can I farm them the whole way down before they reach two moves? I am tempted to call an early ace bait. The opponent fault sends the Energy Ball. I think if they bait the ace, it might be kind of close, but there you have it. That's the disadvantage of having that move. In the Great League as well, it doesn't really like benefit you so much. Yeah, we get a 5-0 there as well, love to see it. Doesn't benefit you that much having Hyper Beam. It's more of just like taking opponents off guard. We come into Flygon here. The opponent comes into a Marowak, which I haven't seen too much of in this cup. We go for the Dragon Claw immediately. Basically, it's my goal to get two shields off the opponent here. Yep, we shield up the first move. It's for free for these. I'm ahead by a couple of Dragon Tails, so I can definitely get the second one off. I'm desperate to get shields off the opponent here. Yes, we do get the shield. Had the opponent let that go, that would have been a little bit tricky. We come in with Daddy Diggersby, hoping the opponent goes for the blind Rock Slide. They do go for the Rock Slide. We farm this the whole way down. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see what we're queuing up here. If the opponent comes into Talonflame, they're going to be in big, big trouble here. The opponent actually aggro swaps into Quagsire. Knowing that I've got this in the back, they should not be locking themselves into Serp. This is a crazy play. I'm not throwing a single move here. I want the opponent to get me as low as possible. Yep, I even stop attacking here to make sure the opponent gets off this move. I do not want to give the Talonflame energy. Back in comes Talonflame. We 2 and throw the Hyper Beam, and you've seen it once, you've seen it twice, you've seen it 3 times. Get that stupid Kentucky Fried mother chicken off my screen. Ladies and gents, Hyper Beam Diggersby just out here putting in work. I had a very positive day with this. The first day, as you can see, we're floating around 2400 elo, or 25. I believe I started off the day in like 24 odd, so like definitely very positive with this team. Overall, very good team. In comes Talonflame lead. We're going to try to do the exact same thing here, right? Come into Flygon. Even if we have to lose swap, that's perfectly fine. In this matchup here, going for this allows you to farm it down. Bang, right? We can farm this the whole way down now. If the opponent shields, you can just start going straight Dragon Claw. So like Flygon will win this matchup. Arguably, that's a bad shield by me, but I just want to guarantee swap, and I think that a healthy Flygon is going to be very, very helpful. The opponent actually does come into Breloom, so I am quite happy that I decided to do that. Can we still win this, dude? This is tricky, dude. We come into the Diggersby here, and the opponent's going to go for a Seed Bomb, Dynamic Punch or something. I shield up the Seed Bomb. We're just in absolute shambles. I'm trying to get the opponent to swap out, and the opponent does swap out! Ladies and gents, are they going to respect this Hyper Beam or not? Come on, please, let it go, let it go! The opponent lets it go! We quick attack it the whole way down, and the opponent is just in complete shambles at this point. They could go for Dynamic Punch. They do Seed Bomb me here. I've got a full health Superior. We even get the Simul KO with the Flygon, and that's good games. So you're seeing in that match, we basically tricked the opponent. Like, I shouldn't have come in there, but I tricked the opponent into thinking, like, okay, like, the opponent's doing some weird shit here. They probably don't have Hyper Beam. They're probably thinking that I've got Fire Punch, because I brought it in there. So they're trying to catch the Fire Punch. They bring back in their Talonflame, and they get beamed to the face. Flygon lead. Do I go for Frenzy this time? Okay, we to and fro. The opponent comes into Oranguru. I'm happy enough with this because, like, yeah, we don't have like a hard answer to this. I come straight into the Diggersby. I arguably could be going for a farm down. They do have Trailblaze. I do want to overfarm as much as possible with the Diggersby. Basically take this out, threaten the other thing with a move. The opponent gets the attack rise, of course, with the Trailblaze. Not expecting a shield here. The opponent lets it go. He should be able to either 1 or 2 and fro on the Flygon here. The opponent throws their move first. I think this is a claw. We live this claw. I'm very happy to let this go. We just tap on the move here. Hopefully it's not like a, you know, Talonflame that they call this on or anything, right? They let it go. The opponent has a Whimsicott in the back. This is just hard, man. If you guys see fairies in the back like this on your Flygon, like, you're just screwed, right? Sometimes it's like you win lead or whatever, but they've got this just like double grass backline or something. If you do get this, yeah, it's going to be super tough. And to be fair, like, I've noticed this sort of team comp a lot more commonly recently. I'm thinking like maybe I can get a catch here or something, but this is just, yeah, this is just rough. If you see Whimsicott in the back, definitely a huge core breaker to the team. So, you know, definitely keep that in mind. These battles are from the first day of the cup, before the meta sort of shifted towards things like that. Definitely, so like what I noticed in this cup, right? I led Cordelia the first day. 8 games in a row I seen Flygon, and a lot of them were in the lead. That's why I switched to this, a lot of Flygons, a lot of Quags. And in the next one we do get this. We swap into Flygon. I love Incinerate leads whenever they go for the 1, because we get a head start, right? Massive 2 Dragon Tail head start, which basically allows you to take swap against pretty much anything that's not a Abomasnow or a Fairy. This thing is a little bit tricky. What I realized though is, I can basically get 2 shields off the opponent, or basically look to take swap, get Diggersby on it, get a farm down with Diggersby. At this point, I wonder, like, what could possibly be in the back? Probably not Talonflame. The opponent comes into this thing, and they just concede the match immediately, because they know that I should have Fire Punch. The opponent concedes the match thinking I've got Fire Punch, so that is good games. Oranguru lead. Very neutral lead. I don't know why Oranguru was so popular at the start. This Pokemon is not good, bro. It is just not good in this cup. Surf does perfectly fine here. One thing that surprised me is Oranguru actually beats you at CMP. I think I did go for a CMP at some point and lost it, so that is something to keep in mind here. We go for this, we 1 and for the Ace. If you do commit to the 2 and Frenzy, they will beat you on the CMP time. But I'm pretty happy with this, right? Because we can come in with Diggersby, quick attack the whole way down, and if we get met by Talonflame, basically chilling, right? So I stay in here, I want to get this energy. Oh, I guess I get it with Flygon, which I guess makes sense as well. The opponent comes into Steelix, and then they come into their own Flygon. So one of these moves will knock it out. This is a Dragon Claw. This will do more damage than a Psychic Fangs, a Crunch, or something like that. If we're going to shield anything, I'd rather shield the moves from this, right? Because the opponent's going to debuff us. They're going to build up to the Earthquake and then go for the debuff. We farm it the whole way down, and we're basically chilling here. I think we even get a debuff here. At this point, I can let Diggersby go, because Flygon can definitely make enough moves. We live any one move. I think we even live an Earthquake from here. They go for Psychic Fangs. I clear my debuff. I can start going for Dragon Claws here, because the opponent is getting super low, and I don't think they can quite farm me down in time. Oh, maybe they can actually. So maybe swapping out there was a slight mistake. I just knew that the opponent had a couple of Psychic Fangs, and I didn't want to put myself in a position where I would just get super debuffed and, you know, lose a bunch of health. So maybe that endgame was a little bit messy. I think that probably was the correct play though, just to like swap out, clear my debuff, get a move off, and then come in with Diggersby and take the move. I think that's perfectly fine. Here comes the A-Rat in the lead. This is a cool Pokemon, definitely a Pokemon I'm a big fan of this season. I go immediately for the Frenzy. I believe it's 7 for Hyper Fang, 6 for Crunch. I'll happily take any one move. The opponent has to throw 2 moves. I go for the catch here actually, on what could be a return. Diggersby can take energy just really well. It is a Crunch. Does the opponent stand to throw another one? They actually do stand to throw a second move, so this is perfectly fine. I'm just hoping and praying, dude, please bring in your Talonflame. They're actually staying in with Rat, so this is kind of interesting. This makes me think they have a hard answer to the Serp in the back, and they actually shield that move. I'm thinking, oof, this could be bad, bro. I commit to, I get the 1-turn bring in, so I'm not able to get off the move right away. The opponent goes for Crunch. At least I can farm it down. I thought it could have been the big move. The opponent comes into Typhlosion. Please don't be double fire, please. Please. The opponent goes for what could be a Blast Burn. I'm hoping, please don't bait me, bro. Don't do it. He does go for Blast Burn, and then they come into Superior. Okay, so this might be doable, dude, because the opponent's probably really close to earliest range. I need to get the second move off. We do get this off, which is really good. We definitely do live a move on Serp as well from this. We do get the shield off the opponent, and we basically get them super low. I have a ton of energy in Superior. All I need to do, basically leave myself 1 off the Ace on the Typhlosion at all times, right? I can 1 and throw the Ace here, 1 and throw the Ace on Typhlosion, and that should be curtains for the opponent. The opponent's dead end to get the Blast Burn off. I do respect the opponent for full sending the Blast Burn because of course it helped me out, but I think they probably could have won Thunder Punch. However, even if they had have, I still outpaced that, so I guess there's no real benefit in doing so. Although, at that time, the opponent did not realize that's how the match is going to play out. This is a very good lead for Serp. The opponent comes into a Furfrou with whatever this move's called that I can't quite remember. For some reason, I've completely blanked on this move. Comment down below, what is this move Furfrou's on? We wall this thing. It knows, I think, Surf and Grass Knot. I should have committed to the farm down here, and I realized that at that point. But they are farming me down pretty quickly. Dude, what is that move? Sucker Punch? It's Sucker Punch. They come into Wiggly. I'm so happy here because, of course, we want to keep our Diggersby on the Wiggly if possible. Our Flygon does very fine into Dunsparce, right? We resist the rollouts. We can take a move very, very comfortably. I go for a bit of an overfarm here. I probably should have just 7 and through for good timing there. I do go for an overfarm. I guess trying to go for Hyper Beam. I'm trying to Hyper Beam the Wigglytuff. I mean, surprise, surprise, guys. The opponent shields the Charmer. Who would have thunk it? I just thought the opponent knew they could live a Scorching Sands because they debuffed me there. I have to shield this, and I have to keep the Diggersby alive. I put myself in a tricky spot now. I'm going to go for another Hyper Beam. This will be knocking out the Wigglytuff. Goodbye, Wigglytuff. The pink turd is no longer on my screen. We get to this. And this is still fairly close. I do wonder if they win the Zero Shield scenario. They did get some extra energy through. I can only build up to 1 Scorching Sands. Scorching Sands does the most raw damage. Is this going to knock them out? The opponent will have to throw right away because, of course, we still have a decent amount of health here. At this point, the opponent's basically dry on energy. Drill Run coming in, that will knock me out. And we just need to quick attack it down, please. Okay, we do quick attack it down. Diggersby, just hyper beaming, you love to see it. And we're hopping straight into the next one with another Dunsparce lead. Dunsparce, really, really fine for this team. You can basically stand and play it out. 2 frenzies will knock it out. I don't think 1 frenzy plus an ace will do it here. It will probably get them into farm down range. We can definitely live 2 of their moves, but they can't live 2 of ours. So you do go for double frenzy. They get off their second move. I believe we can 4 and throw, and that should be basically pretty fine here. Yep, 4 and throw for good timing. Ace won't do it here, so we're going to go for this big frenzy plant. Anyway guys, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy the video, before you head off here, drop a like. The opponent comes into a Quaggy. I'm thinking here, I live probably 2 Aqua Tails from Non-Shadow. Should I just go for double Scorching Sands or go for 1 Hyper Beam? It's a Hyper Beam video, of course we're going for Hyper Beam, but I do think double Scorching Sands is a little bit better. However, what we can consider doing here is shielding once and farming this shit the whole way down. Look at this, guys. They actually don't. Oh, they do make it. That's so annoying. That is so annoying. If it's a Shadow Quag, we just take that out, right? So slightly annoying. We still get off a move on the opponent's Diggersby. We still have our Serp alive. I'm kind of fishing for the debuff here. Bang, we come in with the Serp here. The opponent catches the Frenzy Plant. I'm perfectly fine with that. We just want to get rid of this catch opportunity from the opponent, and I think we should still win this one right here. Serp coming in. We actually did reach the Frenzy, so I should have went for it. They do shield anyway, so that's kind of lucky. And I think from this range, Flygon should be able to deal with it. They're getting very close to Dragon Tail plus Scorching range. I decided, in case the opponent's crazy using Hyper Beam too, I'm going to shield. We're going to try and commit even to a Dragon Claw. We just need to get some damage on this. This will be another Scorching Sands, so... Oh, it is a Hyper Beam! No! The opponent Hyper Beams me, but can we make it to the move? This is going to be close. Well, let's knock it out. The opponent, a Man of Culture, goes for the Hyper Beam. However, we just about make the move, and that's good games. Guys, definitely give Hyper Beam Diggersby a try, even if you don't want to use it with this team. It just takes so many people off guard. If you wanted to safe swap it into, like, you know, whatever lead, and draw out a Talonflame with it, it's an amazing option to do that. Just as I'm showing you guys, like, a little compilation of Hyper Beams that went through and did not go through in the following day. Hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like on it, subscribe, it's very much appreciated. And guys, I'm doing a series on the channel called Level 1 to Legend. Check it out at the end of the video here. You can see 2 links to a playlist or my last, most recent video. Go check them out. Very much appreciated. Big thank you everybody for watching. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll catch you all next time.